All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing another brand that was able to generate over $5 million in just 2024 alone. And I'll be going through the entire funnel from what particularly they are promoting for their brand, sort of what traffic sources they're using, how much traffic they're generating, what countries they're targeting. I'll be going through their Facebook ad strategy, the creatives that they're using for their meta ads. I'll go through sort of Google Ads things, which you can go ahead and replicate for your brand, and more of their organic marketing strategy, how they're going about and posting on social media to generate followers and sales. I'll go through the content that they're posting on those platforms. I'll also go through their website, how they're collecting emails, how they're structuring their website for conversions, so they can actually generate the sales that they need in order to reach $5 million in just 2024 alone. And I also go through the email marketing strategy, how they able to get their existing customers come back and buy again and again and again, right? So watch the video to the end. If this is not a highly edited video, this is a raw video. If you're not able to have the attention span in order to watch the whole video, then please click off right now, because it's for serious business owners who want to scale. And talking about business owners who want to scale, if you're a brand who's just starting out and maybe you need help with any part of this funnel or trying to scale your brand to the next level, then book in a call below. The link is in the description, and I obviously provide a consulting program where I'm able to help brands scale to the next level and basically implement what these bigger brands are doing. And I'm currently working with big brands right now, so I know exactly what's working currently right now at this moment. So make sure you do that. But yeah, watch the video to the end. You get a ton of value, and don't skip around. Make sure you're watching this very clearly, right? So if you don't know me, I'm Sammy. I've been working with e-commerce brands for the past 5 years now, and I've seen what works, what doesn't work. I've helped brands out, basically scale to 6 figures, 7 figures. For example, this brand, $385,000 in a 2-month period. So I know what works, I know what doesn't. And this video, we're going to go through Girlfriend Collective. You may have heard of them, may have not, but they are able to generate $5 million in more or less 8 months. So they're pretty much on track to do over 8 million or so this year. And basically they sell activewear, right? So you can see here, sustainable, ethically made activewear available in sizes extra small to 6XL. So they're trying to cater to a market where they're trying to be very inclusive, trying to get as many people to buy into the brand as possible. And obviously Girlfriend Collective makes activewear out of recycled materials. So that's very important as well for sustainability. That's a huge topic right now in the fashion space, where they gain an advantage from being sustainable. And again, that's what consumers are looking for. So you can see here, they sell leggings, tops, sports bras, and activewear related products. So very, very, very important that we understand that, because that's going to show us how they're marketing their brand and their products to their target market, right? Now, in terms of the traffic that they're promoting or trying to get to their website and they're generating at least over 600,000, right? So if we look at, and this is quite big for a activewear brand, right? So you can see 600,000 visitors, and that was just in July. So they're generating a lot of revenue from that. Okay. So as you can see, their bounce rate is 35%, which means that at least a third of people are going ahead and clicking off the website after they visit it. Let's say just the one page, but that means 2/3 of the people who are visiting the website, they're visiting multiple pages, which is what you want as a brand. You want people to see as many products as possible and also stay along on the website as long as possible as well. You can see 5.11 pages per visitor. So on average, every visitor is visiting at least 5 pages. So that's a lot of pages that they're looking at. The more pages they're seeing, the better, because it means they're getting indoctrinated into the brand. They're understanding what the brand is promoting. And as a result, they're going to go ahead and be more likely to purchase because they understand what the brand has to offer. Also, you can see here, the visit duration is 2 minutes, 87 seconds. That is roughly around the average, slightly above average as well, because most brands are only achieving under 2 minutes. But this is very good because it means that each visitor is spending at least over 2 minutes on a website, which is very, very, very valuable, especially in attention economy, where a lot of consumers are becoming very sort of jaded. They're not having the large attention spans like they used to. So if they go ahead onto a website and they're spending over 2 minutes on there, that means that they're very interested in what the brand has to offer. And it means they're more than likely to go ahead and purchase either on the spot or later down the line, right? So very, very powerful. So if you're a brand owner, you definitely want to try and make sure that you're making a website as sort of catering as much to the target market as possible, and also targeting the right people, which I'll go over later, right? So in terms of the geography, you can see here that they are targeting pretty much the United States. 79% of their traffic is coming from the US. And that's understandable because obviously they're a US brand. They have logistics in the US, warehouses, and obviously the US is closest to them and is also a large market, right? So it makes perfect sense. And that's where you can generate a lot of revenue for your brand, which is why I advocate if you're a brand and obviously English speaking, etc., or you have the capital, then you need to go ahead and try and target the US and potentially UK as well, Canada, Australia, these countries where it's very, very good idea to try and capture because you can generate a ton of revenue. They have high ability to spend online, so on and so forth, right? Obviously, they don't promote to Australia because most likely the logistics is not that good. The United Kingdom as well. So that's what we're seeing. And that's pretty much what you can expect from the bigger brands as well, who generate a ton of revenue because, again, US is the biggest market in the world, more or less. So that's what you can expect. Now, from the traffic sources, we know that on desktop only, right? This is not for mobile. That 60% of the traffic is coming from direct, which means that a lot of people are going ahead and viewing the website from their search bar, right? They go ahead and type in the URL of the brand, which is girlfriend.com, right? And they go ahead and they basically go to the website. And then obviously you have those portion of people who just go ahead to Google search and then search a brand on Google or Bing, Microsoft, etc. And they go ahead and visit the website from Google search or from the search, right? That's 28%. And then we got 6% coming from referrals. This is basically websites where they are linking the brand URL in maybe their articles, like for example, Vogue or Entrepreneur, for example, right? They may be on articles like PR, companies, etc. They would have their link in their articles or their pages. And then when people are reading the article, they go ahead and click onto the website from there. So that's where a percentage of the traffic is coming from. Social, 3.92% on desktop, but this is expected because obviously pretty much everyone uses social media on their phone. So this includes TikTok, Pinterest, you've got your Facebook, Instagram, etc. People pretty much use that on their mobile. So if this was mobile data, we can expect this to be above 40% coming from social, but this is pretty much normal, right? So that's how they're generating their traffic. That's where their traffic sources are. And now you know exactly how they're generating the traffic, where they're getting traffic from and what sources they're using. So this obviously leads on to, okay, how are they using ads? How are they going ahead and marketing on social media in order to generate the traffic, right? So obviously there's many, many different things that they're doing. And obviously they've got the marketing side, right? Obviously this is marketing, it's not pre-drop marketing. But you can see here, this is some examples of the ads that they're running on Meta. And obviously Meta is a large part of their strategy because a lot of their target markets on Meta, Instagram, your Facebook. And so it's also the nature of the product is very good for social. You can showcase it very clearly and in a very creative way. So you can see, for example, they have a video. They use a lot of video ads, but they also use image ads as well. But here are some examples of videos that they're using. They've got a video of a girl wearing the products. You sort of like in a pink background. This will stand up very well. And it's a shop workout dresses, right? So this is a very unique product. And it's going to attract a lot of the target market to go ahead and click onto the website. They also provide offers. They say free shipping over on orders above $100, which is also very good. You can see here, they say, get your steps in, look damn good doing it. So they're providing like a dichotomy, right? They're sort of like saying, oh, you can get your steps in, but you can also look good, right? You don't have to look unflattering when you're exercising, right? So that's the angle that they're coming from. And that's what can be very powerful when you're trying to target a cold audience who obviously may be unaware of the brand. They can go ahead and say, okay, everyone needs to exercise, but also people want to look good. So that's where they're coming from. You can see in this ad that they have a sale. This is very, very powerful. You want to sometimes do a sale, not too often, but sales can be very, very effective once done strategically. And again, I help brands out with that. But you can see here, they say shop up to 60% off during our reset, restock, and save sale, plus an additional 15% off, right? And they try and do sort of like staggered pricing structures. You can see 15% off $125 or 25% off $250. So they're trying to incentivize people to go ahead and purchase more of their products, and they make actually bigger saving, right? We call it a bulk discounts. And this is obviously a Labor Day sale. So obviously that's obviously going to get people in the buying mood regardless. And obviously they say limited time only. This is obviously to create scarcity, to get people to actually go ahead and add to basket and buy right on the spot. Otherwise, this offer is not going to last very long. They're going to miss out. So they're also creating fear of missing out as well, which is something that you definitely want to do if you want to increase your conversions. Also, they have another ad here saying shop 50%, 60% off, but in this case, they're using different creative. Instead of using models like they have for these two and for this one as well, they just have the product on a white background, okay? And the reason they do that is because they want to diversify their creative. It's very important that you do that because you want to make sure that you're targeting different parts of the market, because some people may not be receptive to ads where they have the model wearing the product, but they may be receptive to models or just no models wearing the product and just have it on a great white background, right? So it's important to have different style of creative. And again, I help brands out with sort of the strategy behind that. And again, you don't need a lot of creative to get started, right? If you want to do consulting, right? This is very basic. You just need to understand that you have the capacity to do it. I help you out with pretty much all parts of it. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, this is what Girlfriend Collective does. They've got a video like this, more or less like a slideshow. And then they have another one here where they have another model wearing the product. And again, it's a different setting. You can see they're sort of like in the studio setting here. This one as well, but is more clearer and it's in they're using different colors. You can see they're using blue and black. Here they're using mostly white. And obviously that's going to appeal to different people as well. So that's what I do for Meta. Obviously, this is just 4 examples. There are many more ads than that. But you get the idea now that if you want to scale on Meta effectively, then you want to have a good array of creatives that you can use. And when you have that, then you start testing it out. And then from that point onwards, you'll be able to go ahead and scale what's working and sort of pause what isn't working, right? And that's pretty much what I did with this brand. That's what we did for this brand, right? We did Meta ads. This is organic as well, and email. And it got to this point where we're doing almost 400K, right? In 2 months. All because we're using the right strategy, we're implementing the right things for the ads. So that's Meta ads. Obviously, they are doing some Google ads as well. And when you type in shop Girlfriend Collective, for example, their competitors come up, right? So obviously this gets very technical because what's happened here is that we have their competitors pretty much bidding on the brand's keyword, right? So when you type in Girlfriend Collective, what happens is that you got other brands like Pangea, Honor Active, Honor, the Sports Edit, bidding on the keyword, right? And obviously they're doing that because they're trying to get people who are interested in activewear to go ahead and visit Pangea, for example, right? Or Honor Active. And basically they're trying to steal customers, and there's a very effective way to do that. So if you're running Google ads, then you can go ahead and bid on competitor keywords, right? But obviously you want to make sure that you have a moderately low bid so that you're not spending so much money on that. But if you have the budget, then it's a good idea. But you can also be bidding on branded keywords as well, which is something I recommend. But you don't want to spend too much money on that because it means that you're going to be effectively sort of cannibalizing yourself. When people go ahead and visit your brand on Google, you're paying for those visits, which would have happened anyway. So very important that you're not doing that. But again, I help brands out with Google if they want to run Google ads because it can get quite technical and I could talk about it all day. So that's what I do on Google. And obviously they have a bit of search here and there as well, but mostly shopping. And then obviously they do organic marketing. Now this is very powerful because obviously you want to build a following. This is what separates the bigger brands from the smaller brands, as you can imagine, because they're being very consistent. They understand the importance of building a brand, building a following and being able to nurture that following so they come again and buy for the long term, right? Smaller brands don't do that. They kind of neglect that. They've really, really need to make sure that they post on social media and doing it consistently, right? Because if you don't do that, then there's no other way you're going to be able to grow your social media following, right? So you can see here, they pretty much post on Instagram, they post on Facebook and TikTok as well. And on Instagram, they have 530,000 followers. They posted 2,500 times. And they have, again, a variety of good content, right? They have their story highlights, which is very important if you want to grow and sort of nurture your audience, educate your target market about your brand, what you have to offer. For example, circularity, waste, fabric, factory, etc. All these things are educating the customer or potential customer. So it's very, very important that you do that for your brand as well. Whether you're in the fashion, health, and beauty space, doesn't really matter. But you definitely want to educate your customer about your products, about how you produce your products, and showcase that you are a brand that has social proof as well. Here, they also do Facebook. You can see here that they basically post pretty much content that was on their Instagram, and they have their TikTok. So what type of content are they posting on these platforms, right? So for example, they have they post images and carousels of models wearing their product, and influencers as well. You can see this is an influencer, Mariana Mitzner. She's wearing a activewear piece here. You can see it here quite clearly. And obviously this has quite a few likes, right? And the reason they're doing that is because they're building social proof. They're getting people to become nurtured about the brand. Out of those people who see this post, a lot of them will like the product, right? And what they're seeing, and they'll go visit the website and potentially buy, right? That's what you want when you're doing organic marketing. But you also just keep in front of mind with people who are following you. You're going to reach more people on the explore page, and you can even boost these posts, right, as well, because that's what we did with this brand, where we generated almost 400K. We basically boosted posts as well in order to generate more followers, and these followers eventually go ahead and buy, right? So that's what they're doing. Very powerful, something that I recommend as well. You can see here they're also embracing inclusivity and diversity. Very important for pretty much all brands out there right now, whether you're in the fashion, health, and beauty space. Definitely want to be incorporating inclusivity. And you can see here they have the models wearing the products, right? Different sizes. Remember, earlier on we said that their brand is trying to be inclusive. For sizes extra small to 6XL. That's obviously part of their branding, and they're staying true to that, right? So you definitely need to follow up. If your brand, you have USPs, you definitely want to follow up on that. You want to make sure that you actually go ahead and action in on your USP. So you can see here, again, they have carousels, they have different pictures of models wearing their products. And again, they're being inclusive. So a lot of the target market is going to be see this and be complemented by this. And now increase conversions, increase the following as a result as well. So that's for Instagram. On TikTok, they have 45,000 followers, as you can see here. And they post quite a few content. You can see here, they try to be very creative, which is what you want to do on TikTok. Now, you may see only a couple of hundred views, but these are a lot of views. These are people who are interested in the product. These are people who are already following them as well. So they're getting nurtured by the content. And so eventually they'll go ahead and purchase, right? But for the videos that get 758,000 views, 12K views, so 76K views, these are people these are videos that are going on the For You page, and obviously people are going to see it there, and that's how it goes viral, right? And again, there's a sort of methodology behind going viral. Again, I help clients out with that if they want to go ahead and try and scale on TikTok. I'll diversify with TikTok. But most of the time, you're just going to be trying to post creative content that nurtures, right? So you can see here, they have models wearing the product. Again, this is going to help them to speak to their existing customers or their existing followers, right? That will help to go ahead and get them to understand what is being promoted, and they can then go ahead and visit the website, right? Which is obviously in their bio. And obviously they have sort of this type of content where they're trying to be more relatable. They said, finding the perfect pair of black leggings that sculpt, make me feel cool, and are lint, dog hair proof, and can handle boxing gloves, right? So they're trying to be relatable. This is the type of content you want to make, really, because this gets a lot of views and it attracts a lot of people because it's relatable to a lot of people. And obviously, the content of them feeling the product, right? That's also going to get a lot of the target market to go ahead and watch it to the end. So that's very powerful. That's what they've gone ahead and done with their TikTok. Okay. And that's something that you can go ahead and replicate. Again, I help brands out with that because it's obviously a complicated process. It's not something that you should do on your own, right? You need definitely strategy behind it. And yeah, you definitely want to action on that as soon as possible. So that's what they do. Now, obviously, the traffic from the marketing, which included the paid and organic, right? The marketing will then lead to them going to the website, right? Whether they came from wherever they came from, they'll eventually visit the website. They'll be greeted with a sign up form. Here they can enter in their email. They say you've got 25% off, massive discount, and they say, okay, you can get 25% off your first $150 order. Very, very smart, because what they're doing here is that they're trying to get people to go ahead and basically get into their email for 25% off, but they can only use it when they spend over $150. So that benefits the brand because it means the brand's making more money, but it's also incentivizing people to spend more on their website. But they also get a discount as well. So it's like a win-win situation. They've collected their email address and then give them the discount, but they also spend more with the brand, right? So this is the type of offer that you can go ahead and do. Recommend that you do something like this, whether it's 10% off, 15% off, 20% off your first order. That can work very well also. And also they have the images of the models wearing their products. Again, part of their branding, sort of trying to be inclusive and also showed off the elegance of the products as well. That's very powerful. Then obviously once either where they don't give in their email or they do, they'll obviously be on the homepage at this point. You can see here they have a hero image and they are promoting the sale, right? They have the weekend sale here. And again, they showcase it very clearly what the offer is. And that's something that you want to do if you're doing a sale. Again, I don't recommend that you do. I do sale all the time. Not recommended. You only do it very periodic, every so often, right? Whether it's an end of season sale, usually is when you want to start. And then obviously you've got the sale for like special occasions like Labor Day or Black Friday or even Independence Day, etc. if you're based in the US. And then obviously they have bestsellers. They showcase bestsellers after the hero image. When people scroll down, they'll see the bestsellers. Again, people can go ahead and shop all if they want to, or they can go ahead and click on the product, right? It gets taken straight to the product page. Then obviously they have other sort of hero images, taking them to collection pages. For example, this one saying sets, compressive. And then obviously they have other information about the brand made with recycled materials. They use images to make it look fancy, which I recommend. And then they provide more information about eco-friendly dyes, recycled, ethically made. Again, if you're on a sustainability path, which I recommend you are, you definitely want to be showcasing this as much as possible because it's going to allow you to obviously be able to mesh yourself with the target market, because this is what they're looking for. You want very strong product market fit. A way to achieve that is to obviously showcase that you are listening to your customer base or your target market. You know what they want and you communicate that to them, right? So they feel like they are sort of a part of the brand and ultimately going to lead to them purchasing with them for the long term, right? So that's what they've done. And obviously they have initiatives, rewards program. They've got more images with models and influencers, content creators wearing the product, even customers wearing the product. That's going to create social proof, which is obviously very good. And obviously they have more stuff going on, right? So that's how they structure their homepage. Again, quite elaborate. You may not need to do it at this length, but that's what they're going to head and done, and it's contributed to them getting to what, $5 million in like 6 months or so. So very, very powerful. Obviously, we've got the product page. Once they visit a collection page and they click a product, for example, they'll get taken to the product page. Here, they can go ahead and view the product. Now, obviously, they have the model wearing the product and the gray background. They try to endorse inclusivity and relatability into their sort of photography. As you can see here, they use all different types of models. Very, very powerful. And then obviously they have the live chat here. You can see it here in the bottom right-hand corner. If people want to go ahead and message related to anything. But obviously the brand goes ahead and tries to showcase reviews. Obviously they have 840 reviews. They have the sale going on. This is pretty much almost 50% off. And that's obviously going to help with maximize conversions. You can see it's in red to obviously signal that this is a sale, limited time offer, and obviously people are going to react to that, right? So this is going to help increase conversions. They've also got add to wish list. If people need to add wish list, and come back to it later. And they've got the sort of swatches for the different colors. It's outlined very clearly, colorfully. They've got sizes. They obviously have the size chart. Add to bag. Obviously, they need to choose their size first before they can add to bag. They say, oh, look, you can have Afterpay. They have all these things, right? This is why I'm showing you this, because 99% of brands don't have this. Even though you think that you have it, you're not at that level, right? Where you're generating $5 million in 6 months. So if you're not at that point, then you need to try and implement all of this, right? And again, I help brands out with doing that, because this is the difference between you struggling, you not getting anywhere, and then you scaling to massive numbers like this brand has, right? So they have all of this, right? Choose your impact, right? At no extra cost, 1% of every order is donated to non-profit. So they're going above and beyond to donate as well. They're showcasing that to the target market, and they're trying to incentivize people to go ahead and purchase. Remember, they come from like a sustainability point, vantage point, right? So obviously they're going to want to be able to showcase that they're actually being impactful, and they're trying to get the target market to go be impactful as well with them, right? So they've done that as well. Obviously, they have the product description, details and care, size and fitting. They've got shipping and returns, information about that. Very important. Sustainability report. We see a lot of brands have this now, where they have reports based on sustainability and how they're being sustainable, and they're holding themselves accountable to that. And that's very powerful, right? That's showing that they're very serious, and that's going to attract a lot of people who are very loyal to sustainability. That's going to help people to also convert as well. And obviously they have different angles of the product, with the model wearing it from the back, from the side. They got it in different angles, more close up, and they've got it without the model as well. Very important. And again, this product is only $25. So as you can imagine, this will fly the hotcakes. It has a lot of reviews. The conversion rate is going to be very high on this product page, right? Because there's a lot of value being provided to the visitor. They're going to see, okay, this is a product that I need. The product value is higher than the price, so there's no reason for me not to buy at this point. And then also we have the product recommendations. This can also be very powerful when you want to get a higher AOV. Okay, and I recommend that you do that. This is sort of like compulsory. You need to be promoting your other products as well to your visitors, so that they can go ahead and add more to their basket. You can actually generate more revenue, having higher AOV, and as a result, you're going to be able to scale much further, because what's happening is that they're spending more on your website, which means you're making more profit. If you're making more profit, it means that you can spend more on ads to get more visitors to spend more with your brand, right? So that's what the biggest brands are playing at. That's what the rule is with the biggest brands. They're getting people to buy multiple products, and they're doing that at high numbers, right? That's why you see a lot of influencers or customers, they go ahead and get loads of products. They do these hauls, and they're spending hundreds of dollars with one brand, right? Per order. So that's how they're doing it, right? The brands are promoting their other products, complementary products. It could be an extra bra, go get high rise leggings as well alongside with this, right? Very, very powerful. And that's something that I recommend that you do as well. So that's their product page. Again, there's a lot of information on here. I recommend that you go ahead and rewatch this because it's going to show you exactly what's going on with how you can go ahead and implement it for your brand as well. Then we got the cart page. Obviously, on the cart page, this is when they add to basket. They say, you're just 75% of $75 away from free shipping. And obviously, they gamify the process. They show, okay, this is how much I need to spend in order to get free shipping. And obviously, a lot of the target market wants free shipping. So they're going to be incentivized to go ahead and add more to their basket. So that's what they're going to have done. Again, they showcase the product on sale. They say final sale, indicating that you cannot return this item. Okay. So very important that you do that. If it's a final sale, you go ahead and showcase that to the potential customer. And then obviously they have their checkout button. They also have got like a secure checkout badge here. Very important if you want to maximize your trust as well. And again, people who want to get that free shipping, they'll have to go ahead and add more to the basket, which is why this is very useful, right? And also they communicate that at the top here, right, where they said free shipping on orders $100. So you definitely want to have this incentive for your brand as well. And obviously, once they go ahead and check out, they go ahead and obviously they purchase now, and that should say purchase. But yeah, they purchase now, and now they can see the emails, right? So this is what they are doing, right? Girlfriend Collective, they have their emails, and this is very powerful, right? Because now they're showcasing more of the brand to their potential customers if they signed up, right? Beforehand, let's say they signed up, now they provide an email address. They'll now obviously receive an email that they can get 25% off, but they also receive promotional emails as well from the brand, trying to nurture them in the back end, because via email, the brand is virtually paying very little, right? The only thing they're paying for is a monthly subscription because their email list would be so damn huge. But apart from that, they're reaching out to do goodness knows how many people, maybe 100,000 people, right, for via their emails. If they do segmentation, they're getting more targeted with who they're reaching out to. They're sending more personalized emails, which is the key when it comes to doing email marketing, right? And as a result, that's leading to them being able to go ahead and generate a lot of conversions, get high click-through rates because they have tailored messaging. So you say, here you can see, say pay with catch to get $20 off your next order, right? So that's a promotion. They got double take, something cute and recycled is calling your name, right? What does that mean? They're saying, this product is cute, this product recycled as well. So we're being sustainable, which is like a win-win situation. And I use the word is calling your name. So they're trying to sort of insinuate that this product is for the target customer. That's you in this email right now, right? So you can see they have this basic activewear piece here. They say take another look. Instead of saying shop now, they're trying to get people to go ahead and view more or learn more about it. That's a very interesting way to go about giving a call to action. Obviously, they have the badges here again, just showcasing the USPs, recycled materials, closed loop manufacturing, social accountability, third-party certifications, designed for all sizes. So they put in all the USPs out there so that the target market, the potential customer or the existing customer is reminded that the brand is sustainable, and they're giving you reasons on why to shop with them again and again. So obviously, that's what they do. Obviously, this is just an example of one of their emails. They have many more emails. But again, I help brands out with this if they need help with their email, which 99% of the time they do. Then obviously I have frameworks, I have systems around generating high quality campaigns that generate a ton of revenue. So obviously when they go ahead and click on the email, go back to the product page or the home page, and they'll go ahead and buy it again and again, right? Product page, they go ahead, add a cart, and they buy, and now they go see more emails. They go back around again, they see your home page, product page, cart page, emails again after they purchase. And that's how you maximize your lifetime value, right? And again, 99% of brands don't do this because they don't understand the system, the strategies, which is what I'm here for, right? And the brands who are struggling, they're sort of at a point where they don't know where to start, they don't know what strategies to implement, or they just don't know what to do, right? Which is understandable because they don't have the experience in that. And, that happens, right? But you can see pretty much that's how they go ahead and do it. Very, very, very simple. Well, it's not simple, but it's extremely effective and it can be replicated because I've just shown you how they're doing it. And at this point, it's just a case of you going ahead and taking action, right? It's not a case of you thinking about it. This is actually necessary that you take action on this as soon as possible, because obviously Black Friday is coming up. You're going to be losing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're not able to execute on this. And that's what I'm here for, right? And again, I've been able to help brands out pretty much, like I said, multiple years now. I know exactly what works, what doesn't work. Like $60,000, $70,000, $385,000. And again, I help brands out with the whole process, right? Organic, creative, ads, website, email, right? Very simple, right? You don't need to know the nooks and crannies of it, because all you need to be worried about as a business owner, a brand owner, is that this whole holistic strategy is being implemented, and then you're able to go ahead and see top line revenue increase, right? So you don't need to know the nitty gritty. So if you're going to book a call with me, then all you need to know is that we're going to implement this sort of strategy, which I've just gone through, right? I don't need to go into detail about it because I've just outlined it here in the video, which you should have watched at the end, which again, great if you have. And again, it's just a case of you going ahead and implementing this, right? That's what the call is for, right? It's not a call to ask me, oh, what's my credentials, because I've just shown it here, right? You can go ahead on my Instagram and view all my results, right? This is a call for you to go ahead and say, okay, I want to pay now on the call. Please give me the invoice, and then we can get started straight away. I'll give you the onboarding form, which is to fill in your information about the brand. We have the onboarding call, and then we go ahead and we start executing upon all of this, right? And again, that's all you need to know, right? All of this can be implemented if you have the will, you have the capital, and you're able to just basically execute upon this, right? Which is what my consulting program is for, right? I hold you accountable for all of this, and we just go ahead and implement it, right? So again, we're going to call below right now. Go ahead and be ready to pay the invoice on the call, right? Because again, this will suit any brand, whether you're in the fashion, health, and beauty space. All you need to do is book in a call, and we can go over the current problems you're facing, but the solution is basically this, right? And then we just pay the invoice on the call, right? So that can be done. Again, if you haven't watched my other videos, I recommend you do that as well, because this is just one brand, right? There's many other brands that are doing it, that are generating a ton of revenue, and obviously it's going to show you exactly what they're doing, right? So you need to go ahead and watch those videos as well. Again, 7 hours of content you need to be watching of my videos in order to fully understand and implement this for yourself, which I don't recommend that you implement yourself, but to have the full understanding of this, you need to watch at least 7 hours of my content, and that way you're going to be able to understand, right? So that's it. Again, if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. But at this point, it should be case like, okay, I understand what I need to do as a brand owner for my brand. I want to pay the invoice right now, and then just basically go ahead and get started, right? So go ahead and book a call, or DM me on Instagram, and we can get started. If you haven't watched my other videos, go ahead and click the link above here, where you can go ahead and watch another brand that was able to generate a good amount of revenue with very similar strategies, right? So I'll see you there.